Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the 2023 Lexus ES300h F Sport handling. This model's finished off in Obsidian with an MSRP of just over $57,000. Huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this hybrid for me today. Definitely take a look at their website, that is down in the description. So the ES300 is powered by a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with that hybrid technology paired to the CVT transmission. This pumps out 215 horsepower, 163 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent to the front wheels, propelling this 3,700 pound sedan from 0 to 60 in around 8 seconds. Top speed is 134. This also has a fuel capacity of 13.2 gallons. You'll expect to see around 43 miles per gallon in the city, 44 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 113 inches. Its overall length is 195.9. It has a width of 73.4 and a height of 56.9 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this ES300, let's start off with the hourglass design for the grille. So on this model, all of the mesh is finished off in gloss black. There's black chrome for the entire surround, and that surround actually works its way up above the upper section into the bumper itself, which is really cool. The Lexus badge is also the forward-facing sensor. There's a camera, some other parking sensors too. Really good design in that mesh to provide a lot of cooling to that engine. There's more gloss black accents on the inlets on both sides. And of course, this has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. And it's really cool to see that the DRL is actually split in that lower section from the rest of the housing. It does it a little bit on the inner corner too, just to give it some more contoured lines. Very nice integration for that. And then for the hood, there's some nice lines that run down it, and also some that go from the inner side of the hourglass and fade away into the hood itself. So it's a really classy front end look. Now for the side, this has a set of gloss black 19-inch wheels. So we have the black on black theme with a great design to them. There's the F Sport badge, two-tone design for the power folding side mirrors with the black and the chrome turn signal and the camera. There's also a sunroof up top and more chrome surrounding the windows. I think it's matched very nicely with all of the black. A little bit of chrome gives it a nice subtle touch. And there's some nice lines that run down the side. Kind of hard to see with a black vehicle, but there's some nice ones that go at the height of the door handles there. And then for the rear, the F Sport badge or the F Sport package provides it with this subtle body colored spoiler. There's the backup camera, some more black chrome running right through that lift gate. LED taillights, and then we have the reflectors, some more of that black chrome in the lower section. Now this has a power operated trunk. You can use the button on the key fob or the one hidden over on that right side. And with this 300, it provides you with a lot of interior storage. Now the back seat does not fold down. You do have the cutout right in the middle, but since it can't fold down, you have an ample amount of space regardless to fit in a lot of items. Now there is a grab handle up top, but there's the button on the left side, of course, to go ahead and close that. Now as we move our way to the back seats, we have a very nice door panel. There's the black leather, this brush trim in the upper section, Mark Levinson audio, some gloss black, even storage in the lower section of the door. And then the black leather works its way to these seats where we have a good amount of space. So I'm 5'10". I have plenty of room for my feet. There's storage pockets, air vents, even some auxiliaries to charge electronics. And I have about an inch or so above my head. Very spacious to be in the back. So full-size adults won't have any issues back here. Now right in the middle, there's the armrest with the cup holders and then that cut through that I mentioned. You can lock that for whatever reason, so you do have that there. And then we even have a privacy shade for that rear window. You control that from the driver's seat, so that way your backseat passengers can get a little bit more shade. And then the front door panel is just like the rear. However, there's all of the window adjustments, side mirror adjustments, even memory seating controls, and more storage space down below. And then the F Sport package also provides it with the F Sport seats. Have a little bit more lateral support to them, which is nice. And once inside, we are greeted by the solid and perforated steering wheel with the F Sport badge. On the left side, there's volume, Bluetooth, and voice commands, along with these arrows for the gauge cluster. Right side, there's cruise control, tuning and mode for the audio, lane keeping assist, and the distance pacing. This also has steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, and let's fire this up. It's a very quiet vehicle, being a hybrid, of course, but we have the cool graphic that appears. And then for the gauge cluster, On the left side, there's the engine temperature, odometer. Right side, there's the fuel level. And then right in the middle, we have the eco and power along with the charge, miles per hour, what gear you're in, and then some more info that you can use those buttons to go through. So currently it's showing your current MPG. There's also range, TPMS. You can change miles per hour to kilometers per hour. There's a blank page along with your distance pacing, and then we are back to that setting. And then if I push on the pages button or the arrow, now we can go through all of that info over on the left side. There's also additional information since the screen is a little bit larger. Not a whole lot to go through, but it is nice that you have that configurability just depending on what you would like to see. Now on the left side, there's the fuel cap release along with the trunk release. A little bit of storage. You could place maybe some coins or something. You have the head-up display control. So currently I am seeing miles per hour, what gear the vehicle's in, charge, eco, and power, and the lane keeping assist. So basically you can just turn that on or turn it off. And then if I click on the view button next to that, this is not new in Lexus models, but we have a 360-degree graphic that will play. So when you hop into this, if you just want to double check your surroundings, you can do that. If I push on it again, now we go back to the infotainment system, which we'll come back to here. But also over on the left side, there is one air vent, and then we have two toggles on both sides of the gauge cluster. The one on the left side is for traction control. So simply just push on the end of that stalk and you can turn that on and off. The one on the right side is for the driving modes. So if I twist that up, we go into Sport S. One more time is Sport S Plus. Going down is Eco. Pushing on it is for a normal mode. And then with the massive infotainment system, if I click on the upper arrow here, this is for the navigation when you have that. There's also music along with your phone. You can pair. We have some vehicle information to go through, like all of your climate adjustments. You can go back into your comfort, so that way you can get this dialed in. Heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel too, which is nice. You have your energy flow, so you can monitor where the power is going. And then the last one is different settings. So you can scroll through these as needed. Pretty simple, but it is nice to use. There's air vents underneath that, and then physical buttons for all the climates. So fan speed, temperature will appear on the lower section there. You have where you like the air to go, all of the audio adjustments, power and volume for the radio, and tuning. It's a dual button, so you have the back side and the top side here to go through that. At the bottom, all the physical buttons for the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, even that rear sunshade, which you can put up and down. A little bit of storage just in front of the cup holders there. And then you'll notice too, over on this side, we have a USB and USB-C, two cup holders, of course. And then when you put this into reverse, you have the backup camera with the guidelines, and you can adjust those as needed. Really good graphics for what's behind you. You also have the ability to shift using the shifter or the paddles themselves. And then behind that, there's hold. There's also the EV mode, which you can use when the battery has enough charge. There's the wireless charging pad, and then you can actually open up the armrest two different ways. That's nothing new from Lexus. Very nice depending on who needs to gain access to it. And then glove box also has a great amount of space. Now this does have a sunroof. Those controls are up top for the sunroof itself, touch sensitive dome lights, and a good bit of visibility in both directions. So let's go ahead and get this hybrid out on the road. As we set up now behind the wheel for this Lexus ES300, this is a really neat sedan because we have a luxury brand, we have a hybrid system, we also have their F-Sport package added on to that hybrid system. So it's an interesting layout to see because if you're buying this vehicle, you want something that's going to be extremely fuel efficient with that hybrid system, of course, like the numbers that I mentioned earlier. But then you get the F-Sport package, gives it the seats, the wheels, the suspension is a little bit different. You have the driving modes that you can go through too. It's not really a performance-oriented type of vehicle. However, it gives you some of those handling characteristics that you want, and you can still get that fuel-efficient sedan. So it's an interesting combo to see from Lexus, but I think it's a really cool one at that. And with it in Sport S Plus, we'll give it some gas here. And we're up to speed. Not all that quick, of course, but that's not its intention. And I mean, I don't see any issues with it. There's no power upgrades with the F-Sport package. I would like to see that with the F-Sport models, maybe adding some more horsepower, tune it a little bit differently than just some of the cosmetics and the functions that you can't see. And from second gear, nothing too crazy today. But you have the paddles if you want to use them. They don't seem as responsive as some other models. The 300 to me is more of a luxury style cruising type of sedan with the MPG that I mentioned earlier. I've never really actually seen one before, so it's interesting to check out. I've been in the ES350 a lot, which is a similar size, but obviously a much different platform. And so with the 300 here, we have a very nice vehicle. It's very quiet, smooth to drive, very comfortable. We're going at a slow rate of speed right now, but there's really no road noise, wind noise, anything like that. So if you're looking for a sedan like that, but you also want to get into a luxury brand, having this Lexus here under $60,000, of course, different trim levels for the 300 you can get will make that price vary. But for about $60K for this hybrid system, doesn't seem all that expensive for what you're getting. So you're getting a very reliable vehicle, very refined vehicle, and you're getting those MPG numbers and a nice bit of tech for the interior. Lexus doesn't have the most tech in their vehicles, and I don't want to say that like it's a bad thing, because you have what you need without going overboard. Very simple to use, gives you everything straightforward basically that you can use. And as far as these seats go, very comfortable with the lateral support that they have. So I could definitely see this being a great daily driver. And from second gear, here we go. And we're up to speed. You don't really feel the shifts. Again, this isn't intended to be performance oriented. So they're there if you need it, mainly to downshift if you need a little bit more power. But I have it in Sport S Plus at the moment, so you get a little bit more throttle response. The tack will change orange in the lower RPM there, and then red, of course, for the upper section. So I'm not doing the full potential in this vehicle for today, of course. But behind the wheel of this $60,000 Lexus, it's very nice. It's what you would expect from a Lexus for that price point, and especially having this hybrid system with the EV mode there. It looks like I have exceeded the range of the speed for the EV mode. So I believe the EV mode, let's go down to 30 and see if it does it under 30. So we're still going too fast. I believe that the EV mode is mainly for like driveway situations. Oh, there we go. So we're in full EV, 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour. So it's mainly for parking lot situations, pulling out of your driveway, getting out of your neighborhood, things like that where you don't, 26 miles an hour is the range that we passed. So I think it's a cool system. Basically, you can use that once the batteries have been charged up from the engine and use that in those slower speeds so you don't have to use gas. Very helpful, again, in your garage. You don't have to have fumes going if you're in the garage. You can have an EV mode and just, back out or pull in. So it's a pretty cool, subtle feature to have for this. And again, super nice to drive. This is definitely something that you can daily drive, you can have for a long time, and just enjoy driving it. Very spacious and a good vehicle all around. That's gonna wrap it up though for the 2023 Lexus 300h F Sport handling. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this for me today. Check out their website, give the video a huge thumbs up, and smash that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.